Tonight on Southwest Local News, it's a fatality in Portland after a driver veers off the road. More reservist police officers announced, with Warrnambool included. Teachers and the state government come to an agreement with Wednesday's strike cancelled. And in Sport, District League senior finals ahead, with Allensford finishing as minor premiers.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Liam Fitzgerald.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. A man has tragically died after an incident in Portland on Saturday afternoon. According to an eyewitness, a vehicle appeared to have veered off the road at Bentinck Street before running over the nature strip, colliding with a pole and into a truck. An air ambulance helicopter was called, but sadly the man died at hospital. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the accident. However, it's believed he may have suffered a medical episode. Warrnambool has been included in the latest rollout of new police reservists. The state government has announced 50 reservists. Former police officers will go back to work the counters at stations. It brings the total number of stations with reservists so far to 41. The Southwest initially missed out on any new reservists when the first allocation was announced last month. In all, reservists will be present at 41 stations across the state. The Victorian government had announced it has funding for recruitment of 400 reservists. Emergency services attended an accident on the Princes Highway just outside of Terang on the Warrnambool side. The call for assistance came around 7:30 on Sunday evening. Police reported it was a single vehicle collision into a fence. A woman in her 30s was transported by road ambulance to Warrnambool Hospital in a stable condition with minor injuries. Glenelg Shire Council Mayor Karen Stevens has used her visit to Parliament House to drive home the need for better roads. Councillor Stevens was part of the delegation from the Southwest Victoria Alliance that visited Victorian Parliament last week. The Minister for Roads and Road Safety, Paul Hamer, was among those who the delegation lobbied. Councillor Stevens says safe roads were vital to the Southwest and its connection to the rest of the state.
Look, the Southwest Alliance has sent a really clear message to the politicians that we've met with already today. And I mean, it's no secret that, our roads are deplorable in the Southwest. So we're asking for immediate action, and money poured into this. We pump above our weight in products coming out of our region, and they rely on us, and we're relying on them to fix our roads. And the need is for the state government to look after its own infrastructure. They expect councils to look after their infrastructure, and we do, but we need them, and we're advocating strongly for our community, for safety. The safety of our community and for industry. The cost to industry because of our deplorable state of our roads is just unacceptable at any level.
More industrial action has been avoided after school teachers and the state government came to an agreement of pay and conditions. The government's offer of a 28.3% pay rise over 4 years for all teachers, principals and education support staff has been accepted by the Australian Education Union Victoria. Also part of the accepted deal is a one-off payment of $2,000, halving meeting times from 80 to 40 hours a year, and 1% annual lump sum payment to those in top pay classification. Union members endorsed this offer with a yes vote of 79%. A statewide strike plan for Wednesday has been cancelled. There had already been 2 striking days during this negotiation process. Emmy Award-winning journalist Sarah James has backed the role played by regional media. James spoke to Fitzmedia while she was in Warrnambool taking part in the Southwest Dairy Ladies Luncheon on Thursday. James has worked for media giants including NBC in her native US and ABC in her adopted home of Australia. Ms James says there was a very real connection between rural areas in Australia and the US.
The voice of the media in rural communities is absolutely paramount. We need great media. We need great reporters. We need to continue to tell the stories of people who live in the regions, not just in the big cities. That's important too, but we count on regional media. When I was a reporter for NBC, I traveled all over the US and got an opportunity to see some of the smaller towns and cities in America. And when I'm in a place like Warrnambool, it feels so familiar and wonderful and links both countries.
The concerns of renters in the southwest is helping to shape the demands on the state government from the Tenants Victoria Group. Analysis from Tenants Victoria shows getting landlords to carry out repairs is the most widespread issues renters face. The analysis across the state's electorates show that requests for help to fix properties are the largest category of tenant issues in more than 4 in 5 of the state's 88 electorates. Southwest Coast is among those electorates, with 35.9% of renters listing repairs as their biggest issue. The data will be used ahead of the state election to call on all parties to lock in renters' rights and commit to preserving existing protections in the next term of Parliament. A celebration of a city landmark may be planned for next year. The man-made Hamilton Lake was completed in 1977, meaning its 50th birthday will arrive in 2027. Southern Grampian Shire, on request of councillors, will now investigate the details of organising community activities to celebrate the milestone. In 1977, the lake was officially opened by then Premier Rupert Hamer. Councillor Jane Manning says the lake's milestone was worthy of a celebration.
The lake, of course, was built by the City of Hamilton with state government funding, and is an amazing example of how local government can deliver generational projects that can transform communities. According to AI, to build a 38-hectare man-made lake today would require millions of dollars and heavy civil engineering, not to mention the planning and the regulatory and environmental approvals. As the current custodians of the lake, I would like to see the Southern Grampian Shire Council celebrate this milestone with an event for the community. The official opening in 1977 had an appearance by then State Premier of Victoria, Rupert Hamer, amid a day of community activities, water sports, musical performances and a fireworks display. I'm not suggesting that we get the Premier or that it needs to be fancy fireworks, but would be wonderful. Yeah, but maximum activation of the lake for a fun day for the community. Showcase some of the environmental aspects, get some tourists in, boost the local user groups, fun runs, whatever. Just a good day for celebration. So this is about council officers. Can we please have a report on how we could go about that? We've got a year to plan.
A branch of one of Australia's most important community groups continues to thrive in the small town of Hawkesdale. The Hawkesdale Country Women's Association maintains a strong and active membership. The branch is now into its 10th decade, having celebrated its 90th year back in November. As long-time member Wendy Habel explains, the group continues to support the community in a number of ways.
It's been 90 years. We celebrated in November last year. We've been a very steady club of a lovely lot of members. We have members from around the district that have lived in the district, and then when they've moved into Warrnambool for retirement off farms, they've still come back out to Hawkesdale. So we aim to support women and children and families in the community, our local schools and anywhere that is needed. We support the whole Penshurst Hospital during at Christmas time with gift baskets, and just when we see a need, we support them.
They do a fantastic job. An important emergency services organisation in Hamilton will benefit from the hard work of the Rotary Club of Hamilton. The Rotary Club is working towards raising funds to buy a large piece of safety equipment for the SES. The latest fundraiser was at Sheepvention, which had a big section of the club's 38 members on deck. The club held a barbecue, which is its biggest annual fundraiser, along with its art show.
This is our equal top fundraiser for the year. We also run an art show in October, which makes us sort of equivalent sort of money. Yeah, this year we've got we're supporting the SES, buying some big 40-tonne airbags for road accident victims if it's a bus or something heavy. So that's our local community effort for this year.
Another fantastic community organisation. That's all in general news. After the break, we'll return with sport and weather. Back soon.
Hi, Ben Cunnington here. When it comes to looking after my property, there's one place I trust, Bell's Garden Centre. They stock ride-on mowers from Ferris, Ariens and Country Clipper, plus small power equipment from Victor, Super Swift, Echo, Shindaiwa and Greenworks. With over 60 years combined servicing experience, they'll keep your gear running right. And it's not just machinery. Bells have everything for your garden, from giftware and pots to bird baths and concrete features. They even deliver anywhere across the southwest. So if you want the best for your yard, head to Bell's Garden Centre. They've got you covered.
Are you struggling with that creative endeavour? Are you struggling creating cool digital art? Keep gluing your hands to a friend of yours? Are your 3D prints never turning out just the way you want them? Well, One Day Studios might be the place for you. Your one-stop shop for learning, creating and turning your ideas into a reality. You can have access to everything One Day Studios has to offer. Professional heat press equipment, 3D printers ready for your next design, high-quality cameras and lighting setup. Whether you're brand new or an experienced maker, start creating with One Day Studios.
We use the Ridley team, make a phone call, I get high-quality advice. We tend to have 6 weekly visits from the team where we do a full farm walk and herd health check. They check in on production and the feeding rate. It's something I don't have to worry too much about because I'm always comfortable that they will have it under control. The feed that comes out of Ridley's fully confident every day of the year that it's high quality grain or pellets.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back. First, making news in sport, Allansford will have the first week of the Warrnambool and District Senior Football Finals off after finishing the season on top of the ladder. In Saturday's match of the round, the Cat played third place Russells Creek and won by 41 points. Star forward Robbie Hare kicked 8 goals for the winners. Merivale defeated Caloranurit to grab the 5th place on the ladder. The Tigers win and losses to South Rovers and Old Collegian booked Merivale's place in the finals. Tigers coach Scott Kelly is thrilled to be playing finals once again.
It's been a funny way to end up in there, but with the good win on the weekend, we feel like we deserve our place now, and looking forward to put our best foot forward. Coming off 5 defeats in a row, I think, and a couple of heavy ones in there as well. So if you're going to make it, you want to take a bit of momentum in. And I thought we played some really good footy on Saturday, so yeah, we've sort of got our lick back hopefully. It will be, yeah. They've beat us twice this year. We've had a couple of disappointing games against them. They're a good team. Well coached, and we'll have to be on our best again to get a result. I think we're looking after the footy, to be honest. I think when we're not turning it over, we're sort of struggling to defend our turnover a little bit. But when we can look after the footy and get into our forward line in a good manner, we're pretty dangerous. Look, just good to be back. I mean, into the finals again. It looked unlikely there for a little while, but I think it's showed good resilience from the boys to stick with it. And we've had some pretty heavy defeats in the twos as well all year, so the depth has been tested, but I think it just shows our top 10, 12, 15 players match up with anyone in the comp, so we're excited to see how we go.
Old Collegians has fallen out of the top 3 heading into the Warrnambool and District A-grade netball finals. The Warriors lost the top of the ladder leaders Naranda on Saturday and were leapfrogged by Allansford, who defeated Russells Creek. The Warriors will now play Caloranurit in the elimination final, with Allansford to face Merivale in the qualifying final. Naranda will have the first week off. Camperdown's giant killing run has continued in under-16s Hampden League football. The Magpies are through to the grand final, having come all the way from the elimination final. On Sunday at Bushfield, they defeated North Warrnambool Eagles by 7 points. They will now play South Warrnambool in the grand final. The Roosters are also in the under-14s grand final, where they will come up against the Hamilton Kangaroos. Former Croydon star Finn O'Sullivan has produced a personal best in North Melbourne's loss to Geelong. O'Sullivan laid 8 tackles, the highest of his 40-game AFL career so far. O'Sullivan gathered 25 possessions, the second highest of his career, as the Kangaroos pushed the Cats at Marvel Stadium on Saturday. The Cats ended up outlasting the Kangaroos, winning by 15 points and ending North Melbourne's wildcard round hopes. Amazing stuff, Finn. That's all in sport. Today, a sunny day to start the week with mostly clear skies and a top of 18. After the break, we'll go through the full 3-day forecast. Back soon.
At the Tyre Factory Warrnambool, we stock the best range of alloy wheels to suit your ride. Steel wheels, wheel and tyre packages for caravans and trailers, and four-wheel drive wheel packages. The Tyre Factory, 180 Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
Hi, I'm Roma Britnell and I'm your local Member of State Parliament. Together we can make the South West Coast an even better place to live. But I need you to let me know what's important to you. Only then can I truly understand your aspirations and be the best representative for you. Feel free to drop into my office and share your thoughts with me. I'm also online at romabritnell.com.au or catch me on social media. I'm here to work for you. Let's make it happen and let's make a difference.
Through the race and out onto the arena, here is the toss. Tom gets the first possession, quick pass to Brett, drops the sitter, play on down the corridor, a cracking effort by Sam. Down the line to Tim with a sizzler, a turnover from Michael. Rachel gets it back, a chip kick to Charlotte, shakes off a tackle, back down the line to Sam, stacks on the mill, but he gets it out to Brett, he spins and bags a goal. Kerman's Hamburgers for the win, a fan favourite since 49.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back. For the week ahead, temperatures remaining warm with showers predicted across the southwest midweek and cooler days to follow. Let's take a look at the forecast around the area. In Port Fairy tomorrow, a shower or two predicted, reaching up to 18 degrees. Wednesday 17 with showers increasing. Thursday cloudy with a chance of rain, expecting a top of 16 degrees. Up to Mortlake 18 tomorrow with sunny conditions and a chance of rain. 16 on Wednesday with increased chances of showers. Thursday light showers, also expecting a top of 16. Across to the Camperdown Colac region, 17 tomorrow with a shower or two. Wednesday 16 with heavy rain on the way. Thursday a top of 15 with showers predicted. Down to the coast at Port Campbell, 18 for Tuesday, a shower or two predicted. Wednesday 17, heavy rain likely in the morning, and for Thursday 16 with moderate showers. Back home to Warrnambool, 18 for Tuesday, and mostly sunny conditions with light showers. Wednesday there's plenty of rain predicted, and Thursday 16 and a partly cloudy day. That's it from your Southwest Local News team. Thanks for tuning in either online, on the podcast or on 3-Way FM. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand at southwestlocalnews.com.au. Until Wednesday, have a great night.